Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 products that lie straight to your face. We all have products we rely on. They make our lives easier, and so usually we assume they're doing their job. But what if I told you that's not always the case? These are products that don't do what they say on the tin. Before we get into it, leave a like and subscribe, and comment I subscribed and I'll try to reply. Coming in at number 10, we have potato chips. Potato chips are one of the most popular snacks in the world, and also one of the most profitable for companies. The problem with potato chips is that what you're buying is mostly a bag of air. Potato chip bags are nearly 2/3 air, and only a tiny fraction of the bag actually contains any chips. This has led to many people complaining to chip companies and also multiple lawsuits. The reason companies give for having so much air is that it stops the chips going stale. But scientifically, that would only require a little bit of air, not most of the bag. Well, don't be surprised if the guys who are selling you air are also lying about why they're doing it. This is also partly the reason why they can fill so many bags for such a low cost. They may as well be selling those novelty cans of air for what you're really paying for. Next up is leather. A lot of you probably have products that are labeled as being genuine leather. Whether it's belts or wallets, it's a very sought after material. One of the reasons why it's so popular is because it seems very high quality and luxurious. But what many people don't know is that genuine leather is not necessarily good leather at all. The quality of genuine leather is normally lower, so it can be made cheaper. This is a technique used by many brands and is commonplace for some big companies. The most surprising thing about this is that even though the quality is very low sometimes, it's still allowed to be called genuine, especially when it's the closest thing to being fake. This means brands can make you think you're spending money on a high quality product, but in reality, genuine leather is just the second worst tier of leather. This may as well be a scam, as you're still charged insane prices for these products. The way to tell the difference is that quality leather is smooth and soft. Quality leather is also normally slightly flexible, so be sure to check your shopping next time you buy leather. Who knows, maybe you could be wearing some of this genuine leather without even knowing it. Next up is diamonds. Diamonds are seen as one of the most expensive and valuable materials. But they may not actually be as valuable as you thought. In fact, they aren't worth much at all, because they hold no real value like oil and gold. The truth is, they're just made out of carbon. That's right, the same stuff pencils are made of. So, why aren't pencils worth a fortune? Well, the finely cut diamonds you see in stores are mostly owned by just a few companies. These companies have an unwritten agreement about price and aren't really competing for customers. This means they can charge anything they like because there's no real price to compete with. To top it all off, once you've bought a diamond, it loses almost half its value. And if you think that's crazy, one of the big diamond company's chairman actually said diamonds are intrinsically worthless. Wow, it's one thing to rip people off, but that's just rubbing it in. Turns out diamonds aren't a girl's best friend. The diamond companies, however, maybe. Next up is fortune cookies. If you go to a Chinese restaurant, you'll normally be given a fortune cookie at the end of your meal. Most people assume this is some kind of old Chinese tradition, but that's not exactly true. In fact, the creator of fortune cookies is not even Chinese. Fortune cookies were first made in California. It's not 100% clear, but the inventor is likely Japanese or American. It's a popular belief that the inventor made them for families having hard times, as it gave them hope, as he put positive and inspiring messages in his cookies. Despite the fact they're meant to be a Chinese food, it's actually unpopular in China as it's considered too American. And as a little extra fact, chop suey was actually made in California, not China. Wow, is California trying to be the new China or something? Coming up next, we have water. Everybody needs water. It keeps us refreshed and can be welcomed on a hot day. But one thing not everyone knows is how much water you should actually be drinking. Most people think the recommended amount is about 6 to 8 glasses a day, but as a matter of fact, that's just a lie. Many big water bottling companies tell you this so that you need to drink more water and therefore buy more. In fact, this information is even given to health magazines and websites by various companies. Some studies even show that 8 glasses of water a day is too much, and a few people have even passed away due to overhydration. This just shows how dangerous drinking too much water can really be. If you just drink water when you're thirsty, that should be all you need. Who knew drinking water was so simple? Next up is toothpaste. When you buy a product, you want to know it works well. That's why most people rely on statistics to let them know the quality of a product. You normally see toothpaste saying 9 out of 10 doctors recommend this. But this is often kind of a lie. In reality, this survey is normally the best result of nearly 100 different surveys and is specifically chosen to sound good. Sometimes, the surveys are even set up by the company selling the products. That's like making your own survey and telling everyone how great you are. The majority of high results are completely false, or are cherry-picked out of literally hundreds of tests. This basically means companies can just lie and get away with it. How crazy is that? So, next time you see one of these amazing statistics, maybe think twice before buying it. False statistics are really a nasty marketing scheme. But did you know that 11 out of 10 doctors recommend a daily dose of top 10s? Next up is mouthwash. When you wake up, you likely wash your mouth out with mouthwash. Most people use it to prevent bad breath and halitosis. But what if I told you that mouthwash was invented before halitosis? Mouthwash actually began as a general cleaning product, but was then marketed in a new way to prevent bad breath. It was so unpopular, companies created the disease to boost sales. Most of the big brands used halitosis as a major selling point, even though it's not real. It was described as a disease that can be prevented using mouthwash, but it's not real and was made up by mouthwash companies. Despite this, many people today still think it exists. Some people even solely buy mouthwash just to prevent halitosis. In fact, mouthwash isn't even as good as preventing bad breath as toothpaste is, making up a disease to increase sales. I know big companies are seen as evil, but that is just ridiculous. I guess it could be worse, actually, nah, that is pretty bad. Next up, we have fast food. Everybody likes fast food every now and then. And when you look at those ads, you normally see tasty and tantalizing burgers. But when you come to get the actual food, it never looks the same. This can be disappointing or annoying. But the lengths that companies go to in order to make the burgers look appetizing can be really crazy. The burgers most of the time are heavily photoshopped to make them appear more attractive. But that's not even the most shocking thing. The burgers are sometimes covered in glue or shoe polish to give it a shine. This is why most burgers in ads look so glossy. These are just a few examples, but most companies are so desperate to make their food look nice, they will do literally anything to them. I'm pretty sure they'd use fake ingredients if it meant more people would buy it. Wow, those tasty ads aren't so tasty in real life. Burgers are seen as unhealthy, but the ones advertised are worse than the ones actually sold, unless you want a mouthful of glue. Next up is phone providers. When you're choosing a new provider for your cell phone, you may want to make sure it has good coverage. That is why coverage maps can help, showing you where 3G and 4G is available. The only issue is, these maps are sometimes complete lies. They use the maps in order to avoid giving any real values and means they can make it appear like they have more coverage. The maps normally show just areas that they reach, but the signals are normally very weak. This is because many companies put one big tower covering a wide area, and they color the area that they cover, no matter how bad the signal is, making it look impressive on a map. There's even some cases where they advertise coverage in some areas where there's absolutely none. Now that is straight up lying to paying customers. That explains why you can never get data in the woods. Just because they serve the area data doesn't mean you'll actually get it. Next up is food packaging. Much of the food we buy is packaged, and normally those packages contain phrases like natural and healthy, but this is not always the truth. There have been many cases where the food is processed and shops can easily get away with this. Putting natural on packaging means next to nothing, and in reality is almost a scam. Companies do this to make their food sound more appealing and healthy so that more people buy it. This can sometimes apply to words like light and healthy as well. Phrases like this can be found on burger packaging, candy, and even cookies. You must know something's wrong when your pack of cookies are called healthy. However, rules on this are changing as more and more people are becoming aware of it. So, over the next few years, the number of misleading food packages will go down. I don't know about you, but after this, I'm very hungry for some organic French fries. And that just about wraps up this video. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you can vote for the most surprising product that lies straight to your face. And remember to check your products that lie straight to your face, as they may have some of these things. And if you do this and your products do end up lying to your face, you can tell us on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. Or of course in the YouTube comments below. I try to reply to a lot, so be sure to comment and I will try and get back to you. Also, let us know if you want a part 2, as we found so many products while researching this. I'm sure there's more products that you, your family, or your friends own that lie to your face, and they will surprise you. I have a genuine leather wallet, and I always thought that was a good thing. Yeah, guess not. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s. Remember, 11 out of 10 doctors recommend it.